Hello and welcome to Brian's Got the Game. I'm Brian. Today I've got a game called Loot and Recruit. Loot and Recruit is a 3 to 5 player deck building game by Derek and Justin Lynch and published by Vile Genius Games. In this game, players are attempting to become the next Goblin King. They do this by entering a competition to see who can stack the most goblins by the end of the day. Like most deck building games, players all have the same starting hand, and throughout the game they build their deck by looting and recruiting. Looting allows you to buy cards and upgrade your deck. Recruiting allows you to get goblins to score points. So, check it out, and I'll show you how to build your deck, how to score big with a gob of goblins, and how to use a cannon to take out the competition in Loot and Recruit. To set up, create the event deck by taking 4 mornings. So this is the morning deck, so there's 6 of them, so you take 4 of them, and then set the other 2 aside. Then you take 4 days. Then you take 4 nights. So, yeah. Then you shuffle them, if they're not already shuffled, and put morning on top of day and day on top of night. So then you have morning, day, night, and then you take the opening ceremony card, put that on top, and the closing ceremony card on the bottom. Then you place this here. Then you place the permanent cards down, so pile of chow. Now we have box of shinies, catapult, and troublesome trio. So these cards can always be bought during the course of the game. This is prototype art, so these are actually finished art, but this one still needs some art. In the finished copy, every single card will have art. So during the game, you might notice that some of them have numbers or have missing art. They will have art at the end. So then you set out the shop cards. So this is the shop. This is the looting part. So then you lay out 5. So we've got the blacksmith, the mountain of gold, the coordinator, the hoard of food, and shield bearer. Then we take the crowd cards. This is the recruit part, and we lay these out. So we've got the crummy cadets, the fab 5, the subpar 7, the quirky quintet, and the pint-sized pack. Once again, so these ones have finished art. These need art. These will have, I think, different, since they have different names and different stats. But yeah. Then each player gets a starting hand of, we've got 4 table scraps, a pile of chow, and 4 money bags, and a box of shinies. So they all have the green bag. You shuffle them, and then, so you give them to each player, they shuffle them to make their deck. So each player has the same deck. Then you randomly choose a first player to go first, and then you give them the first player card. You are now ready to begin. So this game is played in rounds. To start the round, you flip over the event card, and then you read what it says. So this one's always the same. Opening ceremony. Let the games begin. Bonus, all players gain +1 loot power and +1 recruit power this turn. So it's always the same. So +1 loot and +1 recruit. Then, in a round, each player gets a turn. Then we flip over another one and begin a new round. So I'll show you what a round looks like. So start player, first player, deals himself 5 from the top, and then they do what they can. So they have this hand. They have 3 money and 4 food. Plus the bonus is +1 to each. So they have 5 recruit and 4 loot and 5 recruit. So 4 could get them the blacksmith, or catapult, box of shinies, or pile of chow. So let's get a box of shinies. So down here it shows the cost. So this one costs 3, and then 4, 6, 5, 6, 5, 3, 3, 3, and then this is the cost. So this is 3 recruit, so 7, good card, 2, 4, 5, and 4. So So I'm going to buy the box of shinies. This goes in my discard. And then the money that I used goes in the discard. Now I have this. So I have 5. Fab 5 looks pretty good. So what the thing is that you're trying to build these, I think they're called platforms. So you have a goblin on the bottom, and then you're going to start placing more goblins on top. So you can have 3 different platforms going, but once you have 3, you have to start placing them on top. Now the thing is, when attacking begins, they're going to be attacking your platforms because you're scoring points with the platforms. But if they shoot a goblin, everything above that is also taken out. So you want something strong in the bottom and slowly get lower up, because you don't want a ton of points on the top, but no stuff on the bottom. So the Crummy Cadets has a lot of health, but doesn't score very many points. Fab 5 is 5 of everything. This one scores a lot of points, but doesn't have very much defense. So that wouldn't be a good card to start with. This is an excellent card, but it costs a lot. So I'm going to get the Crummy Cadets. So, and then I discard these. Then that's my turn. So as soon as it's bought, you flip it back over. Bumbling Brothers. Now it's this player's turn, and they deal 5. And they have all money. So they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus the bonus is 8. So they have 8 coins. You can use them however you want. You can split them. This happened to me actually on my first turn. I got all 8. And then the next turn I had 8. No, I didn't have 8. I had 7. And then I bought this. But carry on. I'm going to buy this Horde of Food because this is awesome. Plus 5 recruit. So there's that. Flip this over. And it's next player's turn. You get 5. By this time they should have 5 in their hand. So we've got 5 recruit and 2 loot. 2 loot won't get you anything, so can't do any. Oh, 3. Sorry, 3 can get you some stuff. We're gonna get a catapult. So now it's placed in the discard like normal, and when it comes back up, you can play it and attack other players' goblins. For this one is a strength of 3. Now different things. This one, some of them add of these cards add plus some attack. And then, of course, you can continue buying catapults. So, and now we have 5 recruit, and plus 1 is 6. Doesn't help much, but we could buy 2 of these. 2 troublesome trios. Or we could buy the Bumbling Brothers and the Quirky Quintet. I think we're going to buy the Fab 5 and place that there. And then this is flipped over, another Fab 5, and now we take these. 5, oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like all deck builders, you're shuffling your deck, getting new cards. Taking 5 in your hand and playing with them. So, we've got 4 recruit and 4 loot and 5 recruit, plus the bonus, so it's 5 and 6. So, for loot, you get blacksmith, and we're going to get the blacksmith. So, when we buy it, when we play it, it's an action, and it gets plus 1 loot. So that's the bonus, plus 1 loot power. Now, the action is choose 1 card in your hand to discard, or in your discard pile, and trash it. If you trashed a card from your hand, you draw a card. So, that's a way to cycle through your hand to get better cards. So, we bought that one, these. Now we have 6 recruit. Not quite enough to get the pint-sized pack. We're going to get the Bumbling Brothers and the Subbar 7. So when we stack them, we place them just right on top, and then if we shoot this one, they both go down. If we shoot this one, it's only that one. And, of course, to play higher up. So, like I said, you can only have 3 different stacks to build on. And I guess there's no limit to how high you need to build them. But so this is the defense, the number of points, and then the cost when you're buying. So now that ends that round. And now we start the new round by flipping over a new event card. So this one is Dance Floor Opens. Despite their lack of rhythm, goblins love to dance. So flip. You trash all cards in the crowd and replace them. Pass the first player card to the left. So we pass it and then we pass it again. So now we get to get rid of all these. And I think it said trash them. So these are now out of the game permanently. So get those out, and then we get new ones. So play continues, like I said, in rounds. Playing these rounds until you get to the end of the morning. So now, once you play the last morning, at the end of that round, we score. So the point of the game is to end with the most points. So at the end of each round, you can write down the scores for each person. People would have more, though some of them might have been shot down, but you write down, they add up all of the stars for each of their stacks, and then that's how many points they score. And then you continue playing more rounds until the end of the day, and then we score again. And then after the night, play until the end of the game, after the closing ceremony, and then we score for the final time. And then they add up all the points, and the player with the most points wins. That's how to play Loot and Recruit. Okay, I'm back here for parents' opinions. So, Dad, what do you think of Loot and Recruit?
Loot and Recruit, I thought, was a very fun deck building game. Deck building is not my favorite, but Loot and Recruit was probably my favorite deck builder.
Well, I had a lot of fun with Loot and Recruit. Loot and Recruit so far is the best game I've played all year, and I think it's going to be the best game I'm going to play this year. It was a lot of fun. I really, really liked it.
Awesome.
And apparently everybody else liked it because it was voted to number 1 on the Geek Buzz at BGG Spring.
It was.
At first it was going back and forth with Clank, and then it was first for the rest of the con.
Yep, they did good. And it is on Kickstarter now. Not funded yet. I am backing it, yes.
So definitely the best game I'm probably going to play all year. I really had a lot of fun with this.
Well, tell us why.
All right. So components, it's a deck builder, so it has cards. Also components, it is going to be a Kickstarter, and like I always say with Kickstarters, they can go crazy. They can add whatever kind of sorts of bits.
Yeah, weird first player markers that I don't know. But what you had was prototype.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the art was finished, some wasn't finished.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the cards, like you said, it's
the cards that did have art were pretty much done.
Yep.
For artwork.
Yep, and the cards were nice. And usually with the deck builder, you're going to sleeve them anyways.
Yeah. Linen finish will look cool through
but
the sleeve.
They did shuffle nice.
They did. So strategy. Before I go any farther, I would like to say first game I beat the designers. I got more points in the third scoring round than they did the whole game.
You did.
It was pretty awesome.
So yeah, strategy-wise, I thought it was kind of cool because usually, like with a deck builder, if somebody's played a lot,
they are really, really good.
Yes, they will efficiently build their deck. They'll trash all the cards they don't need, and they will destroy you. Mm-hmm. But the cool thing about I like two things about Loot and Recruit, mm-hmm. and maybe you like different ones. I don't know. I liked how you scored 3 times.
Yeah, that was cool.
So you kind of had to be balanced over the whole time. You couldn't just rush out and win, and you couldn't wait till the end and win. You kind of had to be collecting points all along. So I thought that was kind of cool. The other thing that I thought was really cool were the events, because that changed up, the monotony of, okay, I have money and I have this, and I'm going to buy this, and I'm going to buy this, and that's the end of my turn. Mm-hmm. The events, gave it a little bit of flavor, mixed it up a bit.
Yeah. Part that I really liked was the 3 score. Like, even though I did do really well in the last round, the first round I scored 6 points. The second round I did it all right. I think I scored like 21.
It was in the 20s.
Yeah. So low 20s, and it was a good score. That's what they scored the first time. And then the third round I scored like 46 or something like that. But that was just because I was sort of building up and fixing my deck for the end.
Well, and I helped you out
by
blowing somebody else away with my cannons.
Yeah. We wanted the boss promo.
We did. We got a promo card. Well, you did.
Yeah.
For winning, right?
So it's +6 loot, +6 recruit, and +6 attack. It's called the boss, and then it costs 8, I think, to play it. So, yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
It's pretty awesome. So strategy-wise, I mean, you do have to keep up points. Well, something that we were kind of doing was we were slowly recruiting as we went, but on the last round, we always seemed to recruit more just to get the big jump of points and then to score them before they get exploded.
Yeah, before somebody takes them out.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I mean, that's a part of the strategy and something you got to know.
Yeah. And then, of course, how to place the goblins, stacking them.
Yeah, because somebody could attack your bottom one and blow up your whole thing. Yeah. So yeah, there's a little bit of strategy on where you place your goblins.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of randomness because you might get a hand of 5 loot and not be able to recruit anything.
Yeah. So there's that. Easy for kids. I mean, I don't think we've only really played it a couple times.
Yeah. Well, deck builders, I think, are probably not. They don't lend well towards elementary school kids, just because of the constant shuffling for one. But yeah, there's a fair amount of strategy there. But I think shuffling is probably the most thing. And there's some reading on some of the actions and stuff. So this is like most deck builders, probably middle school age and up. We didn't talk about the art. I'm a sucker for art. The little goblins.
I did kind of talk about that, but not much.
Yeah, but the little goblins.
Yeah, the goblins are really cool.
They did a really good job finding a great artist. Goblins, I don't know. Goblins could be kind of gross.
Yeah, but they did a great
awesome.
job. I really like these goblins.
They're cute goblins, and they're doing goofy things because they're like
holding each other up.
Yeah, because the point is to stack as high as you can. So they kind of have numbers, and then they're balancing based on the number.
Yeah. And then they're kind of like putting their hands up for the next card.
Yeah. So overall, what do you think?
Overall, like I said, I really, really like this game. So components, it's a Kickstarter. Can't say much more than that. Art is mostly finished. Awesome job on the art. Strategy, fun game. Lots of good choices, and it's a deck builder.
Yeah, and as far as deck builders go, it keeps it fresh with the different items, the different events, and that you're both looting and recruiting.
Yeah, another part that I liked was every game's different because you got 4 out of 6 for each one.
For the events.
Yep.
Yeah, so overall it's a good one. Go check it out on Kickstarter.
Back it.
It's not quite funded yet.
It better be.
But they got time. And it looks like it will. So we'll go unlock some stretch goals.
Yeah. Thank you for watching Brian's Got Game. Please like us on our Facebook page. Send us a tweet at Brian's Got Game. Visit our webpage, briansgotgame.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Brian. This is my dad. See you next time.